were just sharing drink recipes.
Oh, he's just bursting with talents.
So you're the one. I was hoping for someone in uniform.
Oh, honey, aren't we all?
Where do you get off threatening my client? You know, if your diva wasn't so unbearable, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Well, if your client would have kept his hands on the keys and off the waitstaff.
That's right. If your client would have kept his hands on Miss Keyes.
If my client had kept his hands around her neck, we would have been better off.
Oh, really?
Sir, why don't we all just calm down?
Who the hell are you?
Detective Cancella, NYPD.
Ooh, he's in trouble now.
Detective Cancella is here investigating the threat made against Gloria.
Threat? Who would threaten my Gloria?
Oh, I could think of somebody.
Mr. Milken, I'd like to talk with your staff.
Sam! Bobby!
Don't worry, sir. I have a better than good feeling you'll be getting a visit from me very soon.
Well, listen, I better be leaving now. Besides, my car is double parked.
You don't have a car.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, this is from Richard.
Ooh, evidence.
Miss Keyes, you're going to have to get used to sharing personal things, at least for now.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Don't flatter yourself.
Gloria, have you seen Sam?
Not recently.
Well, it's just unlike her to just disappear like that.
Unless she had something to hide. If you know what I mean. Oh.
We should be so lucky if that something was you. You happen to be talking about Sam was a princess among princesses?
That's what they said about Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn never killed anybody.
Never lose your innocence, all of you. Poor Bobby is just so blinded by love, everybody is talking about it.
Oh, you were gonna get it at recess when Miss Crabapple isn't looking. Where did you find this?
All right, Billy, go back and finish color categorizing the vegetables.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Why don't the three of you sit down? I just put a call into the phone company. They're doing a trace of all your calls today.
Oh. Well, if you get one from a company named Big Bear Tops, it's a wildlife charity I'm trying to raise money for.
Wildlife being the operative word.
Well, what adult bears do on their own time isn't the concern of the department. But can you tell me what time the threat came in?
Okay, I know this one. One. It was 1 o'clock. It was 1 o'clock because that was when Billy was putting his 1 o'clock food order in. Oh, I got that. I got it. What's the next question?
Well, the questions will increase in difficulty, Mr. Milken. Would you like to keep your 500 or play for the 1,000?
This is priceless. If my assassin can only see how much happiness he's bringing to so many.
Don't worry, Miss Keyes. You'll have your turn to play. Detective Cancella. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, we need a trace of all calls around 1 o'clock. Can you break it down by extensions?
Oh, I do that too.
Okay. Well, thank you, Peggy. Well, they traced the call.
Oh, thank God.
Where'd it come from?
Well, at 1 o'clock, you had 4 extensions in use, but 3 of those were outgoing calls to other parts of the city. So your 1 incoming call came from...
From where?
Max's Bistro.
Well, I don't get it.
Apparently, the perpetrator used one of the extensions on your PBX system right here in the restaurant to call the extension that Max picked up.
Well, I don't get it.
What it means is this. If you can narrow down who was here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you got your suspect.
Max isn't open for business at 1, so it could only be someone with a key.
All the employees have keys.
Unfortunately, your system doesn't allow tracing by specific extension. If it did, we could trace it to the exact phone unit used.
It's obviously Billy. He's an E-True Hollywood story waiting to happen.
Billy was in the dressing room, but you weren't.
Me? Oh. That's insane! Gloria, I love you! Besides, if something happened to you, I wouldn't have an act.
And there's your motive.
I know Richard has a key.
And Charlie, too. Well, at one time, he was like part of the family.
What was the sex of the caller?
I beg your male. He was a man. I thought it was a man. There was sort of a filter on the voice, or it might have been a woman. Speaking of which, where is Sam?
Wait a minute. Didn't Billy say that Sam was using the phone at the exact time that the threat came in?
And she came back right after.
And she's an aspiring singer just waiting for her big break.
Oh, it's always the cute ones. Even Pandito pulled a rusty cuchillo on me once.
Not my Sam.
This is ridiculous. Sam and Bobby are two of the closest friends I have. This is getting way out of hand.
All right. What did the caller say exactly?
Oh, well, it was a riddle. It was a riddle. It was a riddle, and I wrote it down on these napkins. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, 714, two telling numbers. Do you need more narration?
It would help.
No, that's part of the riddle.
Oh. 7:14, you said? Well, right away, I'm guessing that 7:14 is either the time that the event is going to take place or the date. And today's July 13th, 7:13, so that makes tomorrow 7:14.
Brilliant logic, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, that's cute.
Am I missing something?
No. What's the next line, Mr. Miller?
You know, I swear I can't even read my own writing. Isn't that just silly? You'd think I was a doctor or something. I'm going to start writing with my left hand, being I'm ambidextrous. Do you know that ambidextrous children, 85% of them, when they're born, are born with genius IQs? Okay. Tired by the trials of others, no need to hear it. Her killer will come from the realm of spirits. A hint of location?
No clue. Keep going.
Before she could wish her life was like a stage, her blood will soak through it at such a tender age. Now that's worth an ovation.
Didn't that song of yours talk about wishing life was like the stage?
Well, that was the original title, but I think only Richard would have known that.
Richard's her husband. He ran off with another girl.
Go figure. Well, whoever it is apparently has a prime seat to watching your goings-on.
We were going to debut that song as our final number tomorrow night.
7:14.
Yeah, we got that, Dick Tracy.
I wouldn't worry, Miss Keyes. I have a lot of experience with death threats.
Oh, I can imagine how you could have racked up quite a few.
Oh, the Whitwell's just pumping along, isn't it? If you think I enjoy spending my afternoon trying to protect some aging diva from some ridiculous threat that isn't even going to happen.
Oh, let me count the crow's feet, Detective.
They're called laugh lines, Miss Keyes. Maybe you ought to try it sometime.
I'm definitely missing something.
Like I was saying, if someone wanted you dead, and I imagine there are quite a few petitions going around town on that one, they just take care of it. Mr. Milken, I've seen it 1,000 times. When someone gets all artsy, craftsy about it with silly poems and whatnot, they're just getting off on the thrill of it. There's never a follow-through.
Well, with all due respect, Detective, are you willing to take that kind of a chance? Detective?
I'm thinking. Mr. Milken, would you make me a list of everyone who's had access to your bistro today?
Yeah, I'll go write it up.
Thank you. As for you, I'd really suggest postponing your shows until this blows over.
Now you're talking.